Hey guys, so I would say welcome back, but this is actually the first episode that I'm doing right now. And me and my homie Serene here, we're going to be answering some questions, not her, more me. I get a ton of questions from real estate agents on a regular basis that's asking me questions about how to succeed in the business. What we did, I just drafted a bunch of questions that I get, and I'm going to answer it and keep it on this channel so you guys can sort through it whenever you want. And whenever anyone asks me any questions, Serene, I can just say, hey, go to my YouTube channel and you can get all the answers there. So I'm doing this for you guys. So let's just start with the first question.
All right.
In no order. We're just gonna, boom, let's go.
All right. Sounds good. So the first question is, how much business should you really be pulling out of your database every year?
So there is this industry norm, okay, Serene, as well, an industry norm where it says you should be trying to get at least 10%, okay, of your business from your database. So if you have 100 people in your database, then that means you should be looking to get at least 10 deals from that every single year. That would be your targets. When you're sitting down making your KPIs, key performance indicators, and you want to figure out where should you land, your target should be 10%. That's number one. Number two, there is something called the 1075 rule, okay? The 1075 rule states that you want to convert 10%, but at least 75% of the time, that deal is not going to come from someone in your actual database. That's very important to understand because I had this insecurity back in the day where I was like, I'm only 21 from Scarborough in a certain area where my friends didn't have any money. So I was thinking the people that I know, they don't have any money. So if you're now, Serene, like if you're a 21-year-old, 22-year-old, they all think the same thing. They all say, well, my friends don't have any money. So what's the purpose or the point of calling them? All right. But I want you to know that my largest referring client was from an area in Scarborough called Galloway. And he was a young kid and he was not going to be buying anything, but he was my top referral source. Why? Because his family lived there, but his aunts and his uncles, whatnot, they were all around the GTA. They were the spread. So when he would go for Christmas dinners or barbecues or family events, he would just sing my praises. He would say, hey, you know what? I got this cool realtor. His name is Kenneth Toppin. You can pull him up. And they would research me, they'd pull me up and they would say, okay, Remax, realtor, okay, cool, top 1%, I'll give him a shot, right? So at that point in time, I really understood that just because the people in your list of 100, they're not gonna buy something, 75% of the time, they're not gonna be the ones to buy you anyways, they're gonna be referring you to somebody else. So that's where that 1075 rule and concept kicks in. The next thing is, how do you get that 10%? And the strategy there is you have to call these 100 people 4 times in the year. Every 3 months, you just want to give them a call and check in. You have to treat this like many times we treat our clients, Serene, or our database like an ATM. Okay. We say, hey, I want referrals. So we just want cash out. But someone has to go into that ATM machine and put money into the ATM so you can actually withdraw it. So what we're doing as realtors, we are trying to get this withdrawal without putting any money in, right? So the money that has to go in is the phone calls, is the relationship building. Yes, they may call you because they're your friend, and yes, they will call you, but will they refer you? Them calling you to use you when they're ready and them referring you and singing your praises are 2 different conversations. So if someone's going to refer you, you have to build a strong relationship with them. And the only way to do that is by touching in with them in the year. Those are the cash deposits. So what you have to do now, as I said, call 4 times a year at least. On top of that, people tend to like people that call them on their birthdays. All right. So you want to be able to track, well, when is their birthday as well? Call them 4 times in the year just to check in. You call them again on their birthday. All right. If they have kids, right, you can also check in with them on their kids' birthdays. But at a minimum, let's go back to the simplicity. At a minimum, those people in your list of 100, you want to make sure you call them every single 3 months. Now, you also need to have a system to do that. Right? You have to, and there's many systems out there that we'll talk about later, but you have to have a system that can keep track of this for you. So you have to have something that tells you, hey, you haven't spoken to this person in the last 90 days. So now I need you to call them. You called them, you didn't get a hold of them. So I'm going to call them now next week. And you have to have a system that helps you actually do this. So I use Harvest for that. So Harvest is a free app right now. You can download it in the App Store. The link will be in the description. But you need something out there that sets this reminder for you in automation. I love Harvest because it's done for you automated and it's a beautiful system. On top of that, a 1075 rule, when you have a husband and a wife, right, where you have a relationship with the husband and a wife, you also want a system that recognizes that, hey, even though there's two people on one profile, you want to be able to communicate to both of them independently in a sense. So you know, hey, I spoke to you today, male, but I didn't speak to you today, wife. And you have to have, maybe the male may be on a rotation of 90 days, but the wife may be on a rotation of a week until you get a hold of them. Makes sense?
Okay, yeah.
So Harvest is actually a lead generation system. Follow-up systems are more geared to just follow up, but on Harvest, it understands that you want to be able to generate leads from even profiles. So if you want to build your repeat and referral business, if you want to be able to be a realtor and actually say, hey, I convert my database at 10%, it's easy to say, but the way that you would do it is following the processes that I just outlined. And that would be the strategy to get that 1075 rule. Hope that helps.
Sounds wonderful.
Sounds like a plan. All right, guys. Off to the next question or next episode. Talk to you guys later, okay? Later, guys.